Hey, Good Fox here. Today, I'm back with Embrythegh0st to talk about how to beat the quick pressure slash nano blitz. Maybe there's no nanos in 17, but the quick edge pressure that you'll see in 17 and the plays you can really use to exploit it and hopefully defeat the Buck Slant 3 and the Slant Show 2 and other quick blitzes on you, how to block them, how to go. Embry, I'll let you take over. But how's it going, man?
It's going good. So these blitzes are like the meta version of like what was the one before the Mike scrape? Yeah, these are the Mike scrapers are now the Buck Slant 3ers or anything similar to those. And the meta version is out of the Big Dime 236. There's a lot of easy setups to get outside pressure, quick outside pressure. So the key is to recognize them setting them up, to recognize that they're coming, because a lot of these players, they set it up and they don't bluff it. It's always going to be the heat, depending on if they're going to send 5 or they're going to send 7 or they're going to send 6. It's just depending on that. So the key is to see that it's coming. It's going to be the same setup every time. You're going to see the two linebackers move out to the outside. So the key is to recognize it and then have a game plan already for it.
All right, so I'm going to set it up on defense. You said the Buck Slant is out of 2-4-5, right? The normal one, but you can set it up out of other like nickel normal.
Yeah, nickel normal. It's in almost every nickel formation. There's some kind of version of Buck Slant 3 in every nickel formation almost. I've seen 3 different setups. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is so Buck Slant 3. I think you actually have the auto flip on, which is going to be different.
Yeah, so it came out of we got to take a timeout. Yeah. So I do have the auto flip on, so it's going to come from the other side. Because I learned how to set up these blitzes going both ways.
Yeah. Okay. So as you can see, it's going to be over to the right. So what I like to do is I like to set up these little out routes from the halfback, and I'm going to slide my linebackers to that side. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the dump off, and we're going to throw it. The thing is with these people that are sending heat, don't look for a deep play right away, especially on 1st and 10 or 2nd and short. Make them go to the flats. So okay, so you can see you set up to the edge, but if you have to throw it deep, block a halfback on that side. So here we go. We see that it's going to come from the left side. So we're going to shift. We're going to block. We're going to cancel play action. I don't like calling play action against any of these blitzes, so we're going to cancel play action, and then we're going to hike it, shift, and you can see we had time to make a quick read. Probably had time to throw it deep there. Just don't run play action. If you're going to call play action, cancel it. Another thing you can do is you can have a play with a halfback built in and sub in your best pass blocking guy. Like I was saying in a previous video, for me it's Flower, or I think that's how you say his name, Flower. Block him, put some short reads in there for him to go to, and then hike. Look at that. Look, I won't even throw it, and I'll just show you. Look all that time we had. So I'll show you that again. So we're blocking. It's going to come. Most of the time it's going to come from the left. But if you have the people that have the auto flip on, it's going to come from whatever the strong side is. So okay, so we showed that we can roll out to that. So I like to put a nice slant play to roll out with it. So we can roll out to the right. We have a nice slant. You can playmaker it up to the field. You can do. You were just user in the user. I'm all trying to explain stuff. He's all playing hard.
I'm tryharding here. Yeah, it's a lot easier to play defense. I've found when you know what the opponent's gonna do.
Yeah, it is really easy.
Sorry, I'll
fine.
stop the shenanigans.
No, I was trying to just explain to people like you have other options of stuff you can do, and you have your time. But I'll show you what happens if you run play action on the without just like if you're just gonna run it stock. And I don't recommend it. Even if you run a stock and we are going to we're going to slide to where the pressure is coming from, and you run and play action, And you can roll out to the right. Actually, that time it worked pretty well. We had the
Yeah,
built-in.
you had a tight
Yeah, we
end
had
blocking
built-in.
on that side too.
That one didn't do it justice. We had a built-in tight end already to it. So let's go to one where there's not a blocking tight end to show you.
Did you max protect there or not? No,
No,
you didn't.
it just had a one already. So okay, so we're just gonna slide to the way it's coming from, but we're calling the play action, and you can see, oh, he had a beeline right to me to begin with, but for some reason, I think it was. Did you not pass commit?
No, I haven't been pass committing.
Yeah,
I should pass
You
commit.
pass. Okay, so if you're gonna run this, you should pass commit every time.
Yes.
Let me get that
Everybody's
tip
got it.
out.
I haven't been doing that.
Okay, so
There you go.
like I was gonna
That's about
say,
the beeline.
yeah, he's gonna make a beeline right to me in play action.
Oh no, you cut.
He
one of the
got
guys.
blocked too, though. But let's see. That's why I like rotating opposite way of the play works really well too.
Now,
And
do you slant? Do you press your buck slant 3?
I do. I like it, especially if they can't take a shot deep because it's gonna come in. I mean, if they wanted to, like, okay, go ahead and press it, and I'll try to lob it deep, and I probably won't have time, even if I wanted to.
Well, I couldn't get for some reason the buttons weren't working for me.
Yeah, you still don't have time. Okay, so I'll show you my version of Buck Slant 3. I'm going to run at a nickel normal Buck Slant. This one says Buck Slant Show 2, but same concept of everyone. I'm going to baseline slant the same way as the blitz, but I'm going to press and I'm going to play underneath coverage, and I'm going to bring the corner down one step. And then I like to use it right about here. You see he loops all the way around?
Yeah.
My guy looped untouched. Yours didn't, just saying.
Yeah, but yours ended up with a user pick. So like there's a couple different ways. That's a general way to set up Buck Slant 3. It's all over online play. So it's basically, if you're gonna attack it, find things like slants that you roll out against, like you said.
Yeah.
Because slants, I don't know, somehow slants break down zones pretty well on the far side of the field.
They definitely. I noticed that when I first picked up Madden. The first play I ran was like 2 tight ends set with 2 receivers, and I ran slants, and then I just rolled out one time and realized that it was an instant touchdown, and I was like, why am I scoring a touchdown on just a slant play? Like, it really, like, right here, like, quick slants with the tight end covering, a tight end slanting the same direction with a flat to occupy the corner, or occupy the safety. So you have the slant that occupies the safety, you have the flat that occupies that corner that's right there, and then you have this right over to the right, and it's like, it's just a nice, easy play against it.
Yeah.
And you can also run against it too. So slant, you come in there, your dues, and you see that you can just make sure what you want to do is, most of the time it's going to be to the left. This time you see it's all the way to the right. Everything's to the right. So you want to actually flip and run opposite side of the blitz, and just force them to get out of that. If you can show that you can constantly have other options. Now, I'm going to show you another thing. Okay, so that was just a stretch play. I'm going to show you why you don't run counters against these blitzes, because as you can see, he's going to come from the right, but sometimes that blitzing corner is going to loop around and get to the... You see how he's like, oh, you didn't come right behind me. You're not pressing.
Yeah, I didn't even get close.
Yeah, you got to press.
Yeah, but I mean, I have Richard Sherman on my squad, so if I press,
yeah,
he's gonna get beat over the top. That's why I don't press it.
Oh, yeah, but he's not coming. Normally,
I pass committed, so he's not gonna play that run that hard.
Yeah, well, normally they even if you do, they come around the edge, they scream around the edge, and you're not having time to do counters. So I wouldn't recommend doing counters. Let's go ahead and go to the other blitz that you have, the out of the big dime.
Okay, the slant show. This one's all over the slant zone 2. This one's all over the online ladder 2. Yeah. I'm sure if you just Google it, there'll be a YouTube video of how to set it up and stuff.
I'm pretty sure D-Money's probably done it 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah, he does a lot of blitz on his channel. So, what is it?
Okay, so the tough part about this one, you look as he sets it up, you can't really tell where the pressure is coming from because it looks like it's coming from the right. So we're just going to play it stock, but you can see how, oh, you just got flour, that's why you put flour in there. You can see how they just come crashing on the outside. And so you can't really tell where the pressure's coming from when there's flip, but I always slide to the right because most of the time people set up at the same time, and it's always the guy on the right that's blitzing, which in this case it looks like it's Wilson. And then you're going to slide over, you're going to have your halfback, and then you can still hit these nice easy drags, and then look how far you can take drags on these plays. Don't try to take a shot deep because that's where you're waiting for something deep. That's where the pressure is going to get to you. You can also, in certain formations like this, you can motion your halfback and you can manipulate him to stop the blitz. So he's going to go ahead and send multiple guys, send the house on me.
Okay.
So I'm going to slide to the right, but then I'm going to motion him and then hike at the same time, and then I'm able to run and throw it, but he still, as you can see, he still had a free guy that side. But I like motioning him just because he has a better shot of picking up if a free guy is gonna come up through the middle or not. That time he was able to come three. So I'm gonna slide to the right. He's gonna send the house. So when we're gonna bring him back, and there we go. See, nice clean pocket. There's a block shed, but we had plenty of time to throw it to any read we want. It just gives you a little bit more time, but you're still, what's that, like 2 seconds maybe to make a read, maybe 3.
Oh yeah, you had plenty there. I mean, every single one of my blitzers were picked up.
Yeah. They're still gonna, like, block sheds are still gonna happen, but you're not gonna get a free guy. So I like doing stuff like that, and I like doing opposite. Even though it's cover 2, I guess I could show you guys that. Go ahead and just run it again, and I'll show you. Even though it's cover 2, sending a drag and waiting for it to come across the field will still be a big play. So 3rd and 18, and I know I'm gonna go for on 4th down. You can still run this play, so you can go over and you can throw it out to the outside, and you still, like, what do we get? 10 yards maybe there. Let's see. No, that was 5. Yeah, that's 5 yards. So you still have a chance to get plenty right there. And then like for that one, you can also run wheel routes on those, and you can play that game, which is really hard to do against a blitz because you're not going to be able to tell if the wheel route's going to be open or the slant's going to be open, if they're playing underneath coverage or not. You can see that time underneath coverage. You see that little game that I'm talking about, though, where it's either that drag's going to be open because you're not playing underneath coverage, or you are playing underneath coverage and they're going to play the wheel route, but you're not going to have enough time because you're sending so much. So it's hard to play that game, but you can play that chess match with your opponent.
Yeah. Definitely. So it's all about motioning your halfback and shifting your line different sides.
Well,
to pick up those.
It's understanding where they're coming from first. You have to understand where the blitz is, and the most effective blitzes are overload blitzes this Madden. There's no crazy. Well, there's crazy block sheds that'll happen.
Yeah.
You can't, like, you can run stock four-man blitz and get through there in less than 2 seconds sometimes. And And like I said, I'm calling a play action play because I like it against these, but I would never run play action against these blitzes, especially on 3rd down. There's no point on 3rd and long actually going through and running play action. I see so many people, even my opponents will do it. It'll be like pretend it's like 4th and 10, and they're gonna run this play. This is even more perfect. It'll be the same situation. Pretend like this is 4th and 15. They're still going to run this play. They're going to run play action. Even though I know 100%, Fox knows 100%, it's going to be a pass. Don't just run play action. Look how fast he gets through there. I don't understand why people are still doing this.
Yeah. They use it on 1st and 2nd down, but definitely doesn't have the same effect on 3rd.
Yeah, and then wide receiver screens are actually really good against these. The only thing that sucks is this one has a play action one, so this one's not going to be as effective. But find a wide receiver screen that has a the one that's not play action. That way you have a plenty of time. I don't know if my 5 wide has one, but there's plenty of 5 wides that have a wide receiver screen built on each side of the field, if you know what I'm talking about. Where you can either throw it to the halfback on the left side or the wide receiver on the right.
Yep, the dual screen one. Yeah.
And then you have the swing route like we talked about in the previous play. This is good against blitzing too because it's a technically just a screen, and you're blitzing and you have the blocking. Our blocking, unfortunately, they went to the inside. But plays like that are really great against the short reads. Make them play underneath coverage. Throw it in the flats. Make them play underneath coverage, and then you could still go through your offense even though they're running these plays. Like we showed you the single back deuce before. We showed you the single back deuce before, and it's still a great offense. You can still run your typical offense, even though you know these blitzes are coming, if you block the block and shift in the right way. So here we go. We're going to run the exact same play I showed you guys before. We're going to block a halfback. We're going to slide right because they're going to roll to the right, and then you're going to have a nice. Good pick. We're going to have a nice little way to make reads still without having to worry about the pressure. Oh, I guess I can show the blitz that I like. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you an easy blitz that I like. The personnel that I like to run with is heavy block shedding, power move guys. We have Muhammad Wilkerson, short, and I sub in Geno Atkins. And my user is Anthony Barr. And I like D-back fire 2 press. And I'm going to base a line, press, and I'm going to put each of my outside guys. I don't like it yet. I'm going to put each of my outside guys, and then you liked it. And then deep purples.
Got to throw drags against it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Embry says, throw the quick hitters.
Mm-hmm.
What play was that? Let's go through it again.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're getting the ball on offense.
Yeah.
Here's another blitz that I've seen online quite a bit. It's out of like the 44, where it's like the cover 2 invert, and they send somebody off the edge, and it gets home pretty quickly. Similar thing, just attack where it's coming from.
There's a really good one out there right now out of the 4-6 Bear where there are just so many D linemen on one side of the field, but you could just spam the run opposite side and force them out of it.
Okay. Yeah, because what you're saying earlier, the run oftentimes gets caught from the backside.
Yeah. So cover 4 invert or 4-4, you can still look to get the flats out first, force them right there, force them to play underneath coverage. And the thing about the 4-4 invert is you can still get the middle of the field, because sometimes some people are aggressive. Like I know I am. I'm very aggressive over the middle safety when I'm using them. But you still have that. You have plenty of time. You can go outside. You can throw these outside routes. You can manipulate the 4-4 easily. The hardest part about throwing these is when they go ahead and do this is when they put their outside receivers. Okay, so go ahead and put your guy on my right in a purple. Call the wrong play. I guess I can audible to it. Nope. Okay, so when they put their outside CBs in purples and keep the hard flats out there, that throws me off. And I see that a lot. Some people gamble, which is really good to do if people are just throwing it short. So watch, he's going to have the outside guy, purple, locked up. I'm still going to throw it. Boom, look at that. That could have been easily picked just because of my opponent was just smart enough to realize what I was doing over and over again, and he put a purple out there. But the thing about that is, don't do that multiple times. Like, if I wouldn't do it back to back ever, because if they just did a streak, it's an instant touchdown.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of those things that you like want to throw a couple times a game, or just when you think they're gonna go. It's a pretty big gamble. Definitely,
like on fourth down, I like to gamble like that because the rewards are much better. So with that in mind, like that, throw these dump offs. Like, have your halfbacks. Like, if you're gonna abuse the outsides, have your halfback in that little blue route and actually utilize him. There's so many formations that have these built in that people just don't use. Even this one, I think it's the gun bunch. The verticals has a one, and like there's so many people that just throw it deep. And when you have this easy dump off right here, so this is great. There's no play action to it, so you don't have to worry about too much of the blitz, but it's still going to come in depending on where he's going to block. So you see how we had that built-in, like we didn't have to hot route him. He's in a what is it called, a blue route? I don't know what those are. A check and release, I think they're called.
Yeah, check and release. That's the name of it.
Yeah, and he, like, without anything, he stopped the blitz on his own. He picked up his, now don't blitz this time, and he'll go out on a run. So these are good plays if you want to pass the ball and stop the blitz. So you see right there, and then boom. Perfect. Alright, so I'll go ahead and show you guys the blitz that I really like. I'll go through it again. $236. When I'm in the Jaguars playbook, it's DB fire to press. My setup is I baseline, I press, I put in both my outside corners in curl to flats, which are purple routes, and I'm deep bluing my middle the middle linebacker, which is on the right of the screen. Go ahead and hike it. And I like to just use her, and I like to just step back right there. And you can see play action. He didn't have very much time to throw the ball. Go ahead and try to throw a, what is it?
A post?
Yeah, you had it in yeah, that. Okay, so this these out routes, they're really good. They're supposed to cover outside, but they cover inside so well for some reason. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and try to quick throw a vertical route.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work out of this. I think it's a bit of a shotgun one, but it might work. Because I think he's too far in. But right there. Oh.
That one or a further one out?
Yeah, like, you know, they're spread out because the corner. What I'm trying to tell people is what I tried to tell you earlier is the corner will
like
play.
It's open.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
He'll play in for some reason, even though he's supposed to be purple. He'll still come and cut in. You see how he's in the middle of the field? See how see right there? He just almost picked that off. Like, that is a purple route coming in. And it messes with people sometimes because they see cover 2 and they just assume that that's supposed to be open. So putting those guys out in purples it's done really well for me. Just a stock blitz that people have to they have to adjust for, and then they have to make quick reads on. So I don't have to do anything crazy. So I like that blitz a lot.
Nice.
Another thing is against blitzes, I don't recommend going 5 wide at all. Like, even like this one's got built-in blue routes that was supposed to block, but just look how much a lot of people do this still too. They go 5 wide because they say we're down by 21 and we have to score fast.
Why'd you glitch out my defensive backs?
I didn't do anything. What are they on?
They're running the opposite, but watch the guy on the left side of the screen. Watch where he's gonna run when you hike the ball.
They look fine.
See how he ran right into like the middle line of the scrimmage? Instead of off the edge. His DB fire press was supposed to go on the other side. They swapped.
They swap sides. Sometimes that happens if you do it like okay, so baseline and then press first, and then wait till yeah. I don't think that you have that's why the $236 one is the better one.
This is $1.
Is it $1? It's not $236, is it?
Oh, did you say 236 or 326? Yeah, this is $326.
Yeah, I think they're different if I remember right.
Well, man's glitched.
Yeah, because as soon as you baseline and you press, both those guys should be down there. There you go. That's it.
Yeah, no, but they run across the field.
Oh yeah, yours is messed up.
Yeah. Huh. So the $326 DB fire 2 press isn't good.
It isn't good for you. What playbook are you in?
I'm in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's right. I'm running a 4-3 version. You're in 3-4. That's why it won't work. You have different. It's a different play. Totally, completely. Yeah, I had that same issue because I was running it out of the builds to start off with.
Nice. Well, anyways, that is the end of this video. Hope you guys learned something from Embry and how to beat those quick heat off the edge heat. So recognize it and throw it where they're not, and all the other tips that Embry talked about. Any final words?
Yeah, especially go ahead and we'll pause it. Especially with these kind of blitzes, like make sure you have multiple reads that are different levels, so your opponent can't just use their one. Like if you put a drag, put a slant underneath it. So most of the time, I come across, I think if I was going to put a percentage, I put like 70 to 75% of people will follow a drag a little bit, then peel off to the slant. So wait for the drag to come open and just hit the drag. Just don't give in to the pressure's coming, I mean, this one, if you take a sack, you're going to there's a highly chance you're getting a fumble. But most of these times, every user is going to peel off and think they're baiting you to throw the slant. So just wait it and throw that drag that you had initially. I think that's a good pro tip, especially against these people that are running these drags. So you want to make sure you're blocking a halfback and you're sliding in the direction that the pressure is coming from. And it's easy to tell this, man, because they're overloaded on one side. It's so easy to tell where the pressure is coming from. That $2.23 or the big dime one, it's kind of a little bit difficult because the linebacker is going to come down on the field on the left side even though it's coming from the right. So that's one of those ones I just know I need to slide right, and I have my halfback right there anyway. So just hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other questions or trouble with any other blitzes, just in the comment section, let me know what the blitz is, and I'll see if I can help you guys out.
Great. Thanks, Embry. Talk to you later.
All right, take care.